Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video we are going to see about a depository receipts. So depository receipts is nothing but it was a negotiable, which means a transferable financial security. So it is like a other shares, it is like a other equity which was traded and transferred in a stock exchanges or a share market. So what is the depository receipts is that, take for example two countries, country A and the country B. So if any particular company from a country A, so any particular company from a country A wants to raise a fund from a investors in the company B. So if a company from a country A wants to raise a fund from a investors in a country B, what happens is that this particular company, the shares of a particular company will be deposited to the custodian bank of a depository. So the depository was situated in a will be situated in a country B. So the depository will be situated in a country B, and this company, the shares of a company will be this company will deposit the shares in a custodian bank of a depository. Then the depository will create a depository receipts, and this depository will issue the depository receipts to the investors of a country B. Then trading of a DR will be done in a stock exchange. So once this depository receipts was issued to the investors, what happens is that a trading of a particular depository receipts will be happen in a stock exchange of a country B. So here the stock exchange of a stock exchanges of a country B will trade the depository receipts of such a company A. So the process is very simple. The company A, the shares of the company A will be submitted into a custodian bank of a depository. The depository will create a depository receipts. Then such a depository receipts will be issued to the investors. Then trading of such a depository receipts will be happen in a stock exchanges of a country B. So if any investors or any other investors want to trade a particular share of a company that was situated in a country A, they can trade their depository receipts in a stock exchanges of a country B. So this is what the process, how the depository receipts works. So the process is very simple. The company situated in a particular country wants to raise a fund from a investors of a other country. The depository receipts route will be used. So to hold the shares in the equity of other countries. So here the investors can be able to hold the shares of a company belongs to another country. So what is the advantage of these depository receipts is the participation of a foreign investors. Here the foreign investors participate in a buying and selling activities of a shares of a company A in a in their own country. Okay, and diversification of a risk. Here the risk is diversified. Why? Because these depository receipts was issued in a currency of this country only, not in this country. So depository receipts was issued or denominated in a currency of a country B. So all the trading activities of a depository receipts will be happen in a currency of a country B. So there will be a no risk associated with the foreign exchange. So foreign exchange risk will be eliminated. Why? Because of depository receipts was a foreign currency denominated. So the process is simple. Shares of a company will be deposited to the custodian bank of a depository. Depository was belongs to the country B. He then create a deposit receipts and issues to the investors of a country B. Then such investors trade their depository receipts in the stock exchanges of a country B. So all the stock exchanges happens in the country B only. So the currency risk or a foreign exchange risk will be eliminated. The country A also can able to raise a fund. So this is what is known as a basic process, or this is a basic process of a depository receipts. So the depository receipts was classified into three major types. So depository receipts are classified into three major types. The first type is American depository receipts. Okay. Next one is the global depository receipts and the Indian depository receipts. What is the meaning of American depository receipts? Is that if an American investors, if an American investor wants to invest in a companies that belongs to the other countries, what happens is that he will buy a depository receipts. He will buy the depository receipts which was created by a depository depository these depository receipts will belongs to the company of other countries. And these depository receipts will be traded in a American stock exchange. So the American investor wants to invest in a company of other countries. What happens is that such an American investor will buy a depository receipt which was issued by the depository, and these depository receipts will represent the shares of other companies of other countries. So such a depository receipts will be traded in a American stock exchange. Next one is a global depository receipt. So what happens is that it was a countries, it was a the depository receipts other than that of a US. Okay, it was a non-US one. So it was at a global level. So it was issued in a major, it was traded in a stock exchanges such as London, then Singapore, then other stock exchanges. Basically it was a non-US one. So which means such a depository receipts was traded in a stock exchanges of other countries than that of US. Next one is the Indian depository. So Indian depository is nothing but all the processes are same only. All the processes are same only. Here, if the Indian investors, wants to invest in a company of other countries, what happens is that he will buy a depository receipts. And such a depository and these depository receipts will represent the company outside India. Company outside India, and these depository receipts will be traded in the Indian stock exchanges such as Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, etc. So all the process was the same. Only the country was different. American depository receipts will be traded in American stock exchanges. Next, global depository receipts will be traded in a global stock exchange other than that of America, such as London, Singapore, etc. Then Indian depository receipts will be traded in Indian stock exchanges like Bombay Stock Exchanges, National Stock Exchanges, etc. So the process is very simple. The company which wants to raise a capital from investors of other countries will issue a will deposit the share to the custodian bank of a depository of other country, who will create a depository receipts and issues such a depository receipts to the investors. Then trading of a depository receipts will be done in such a foreign country. So this is what is known as a depository receipts, which was used to raise a fund from foreign countries. Thank you.